Oh. Hello everyone, welcome back to Open Arms Reactions. My name's Casper Fox, this is Mortius, and today we're here with Get in the Water.
Today we are checking out the highly requested Get in the Water from Neal, Illustrator, who's right somewhere. I don't know where Mason's gonna put them. Say hi, Neal! That's...
Oh, hi! I'm sorry.
I thought it was a Discord error, not a mic error. We are doing great. For reference, all of you on YouTube, we sat down to start this recording 44 minutes ago, and it has just been 44 minutes of a combination of tech issues and yapping about the most random things. My key light is basically just the sun. And then, there is so much. And 6 of those minutes are available on Patreon as part of our unedited footage. If you ever wanted to check out patreon.com/openarmsreactions, you can get crazy things like this video completely unedited with all the bips and bops and crazy things and 6 minutes of yapping and tech issues that we include at the beginning of most recordings these days. Anyways, how are you doing, Neal?
If my mic stays true, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired. I just got in from doing MegaCon. I got sick right after the show, and then drove 10 hours or so, and I got in at 3-ish a.m., so...
As someone who used to do con and cosplay a lot, con cred is absolutely a real thing, so I very, very much empathize with the realities of con cred. It is never fun. Is that still something people say? Con cred, is that still a term? Okay, cool.
Oh,
I wasn't sure how much I was dating myself because I was very much in the con scene from 17 to 21 and then kind of very quickly fell off it, so I have no idea how outdated I am in the culture and language and all of these things, but I'm glad glad I'm not dating myself too much. Well, instead of dating myself, let's date Neal's Poseidon because I am really excited for this video.
Oh no.
I'm so good at segues. No, all jokes aside, shut up! I knew you were gonna say it as soon as I said it. I hate you. I am really, really excited to check out this one. Of course, as you all know, we absolutely love Neal Illustrator's designs for all things, but we have a special connection, if that's what you want to call it, with Neal's specific illustration of Poseidon, and now I get to simp in front of the original artist and creator themselves, and this does not bring up any kind of mortifying feelings for me at all. I'm fine. Casper, finish the intro, please.
Mason, Mountain Lion.
No!
Oh, we get the end of Charybdis.
The island I've been searching for.
Cool.
I've reached it.
Oh.
My wife and son are past this shore.
Oh. I love the foreshadowing. That's really, really fun. Yeah, I like the way we get kind of the end here because, there's definitely arguments to be made about, which song it kind of more fits into. I have a whole video essay I'm planning on about that subject, so we don't have to hop into it here, but yeah, no, I like that a lot. I love the there was one specific shot. Hold on, where was it? Hold on, goodness.
I see it. The island I've been searching.
I love his outstretched arms, and then there's just one fish. That one, the just absolute yearning in his face there. I feel that conveys it so well. I love the wind bag, as already kind of strapped onto his back. I love all of it. I love all of this so much. Is there anything kind of before we get to any specifics that you wanted to mention as inspiration, fun facts, anything like that, or?
I'll say this early on. A lot of the trouble that kind of came with this song was the idea we had to make it very suspenseful, and a lot of it gets drawn out for the big bad water dad. So we need to take kind of a second to go through it, but I've kind of added stuff in to up this scary, kind of threatening feeling.
Ooh.
Just because I feel like in less of it just being I'm angry, we get more of a suspenseful buildup. I'm really into horror. No one knows that. No one really knows that. I really like drawing monsters and stuff. And if you look at my webtoon, you could tell. But for a lot of people who don't, also it's Covenant 13. Hi.
Covenant 13.
But yeah, I really do like horror. So this was my chance to kind of lure everyone into a false sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
But you could kind of see that with the figure going under the water.
Yes.
Oh, if you
I like
see
that.
his open arms, he has open arms to his
Oh, I
family,
didn't
to
even
Ithaca.
think about that connection there. Oh, that's
Pain.
nice. Aw.
There's a lot of mirrors back to Ruthlessness that you'll see just to kind of get an idea that that was a turning point and this is another turning point
This was my turning point.
in his story. Especially because it's very similar songs and how they're kind of set up.
Like, Casper and I both just looked at the camera and had a facial expression, but for completely different reasons. Because I could tell oh wait, maybe I misunderstood you. Never mind. Yeah, throw back to Ruthlessness. That's gonna be, I'm fine.
Home, I've reached it. My wife and son are past these.
Yeah, I like that.
Holding on, I am almost there. My love, don't be scared.
Hold on. Was that coincidence? Hold on.
Holding on, I am almost there. My love, don't be scared.
I am going to bring up something kind of interesting before we get to how good this is, which is bringing a little bit more of like the musicality into it. I love Charybdis because it's such a unique time signature that I'm not going to say out loud so we don't start another argument about it. But I noticed that like your beat markings are really like on this sort of 5/4 adjacent kind of like vibe here. Like the way like there's like this dun 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 dun. Like where the frames change is very much on like the dun 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 dun. Like it's really cool how you did that. Like how much was that just the natural way to do it versus how much of that was kind of like intentional beat marking to such a weird time signature?
I know almost nothing about music, but I listen to it all the time. So a lot of the stuff on how it's timed is intentional because I will play the music over and over again. And I like to come in and find some of the, I don't know what the technical term would be, but like some of the stuff hidden that isn't just like the melody. And
Yes.
Just the words or just kind of how they're singing because it helps strengthen a lot of the actions that happen. And it means that I don't always have to come in and add in extra sound effects if I need to and take away from the music that's already there. So intentional, but I also didn't know the technical term for it. I do that in most of my animatics, and that's kind of where the people were like, that hit really well. I was like, this is my funny job.
Well, and to clarify, like, beat marking the actions totally makes sense, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of that ahead, but I haven't ever seen someone, like, really taking the time to do beat marking to when the frames change. That's what I'm saying. Like, as far as, like, actions, a lot of animators will, like, when a big, like, music moment happens, will, like, have them land or have them do this. But here specifically, like, even just, like, switching from this frame to this frame happens on that, like, it's like frame, 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 frame. So, like, the frames, because of the weird time signature, the frames have a different length each. Normally you would want like a frame to have like a relatively consistent length for an animation or animatic, but for this one it's like frame, 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 frame. Like that's really cool. I like that touch a lot.
I am almost there. My love, don't be scared.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then he's paddling towards
On my way, I'll be there today.
Was that also a... Oh, I love the statue. Yeah, I love the Athena statue. That's awesome.
Because none of them know.
Fair.
None of them know, so they're all like praying to Athena, like, hey.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Where's he at?
Also, love this Penelope. Oh.
Oh.
No! Holy cow!
Oh my.
The scope and scale of these waves is wild.
Dude.
Like, the horse going
does
by
this
was
raft shatter?
incredible, but then like these size and scope. Oh! And then yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I love
sick. And then having them, wow. Again, just the scale of the waves is so cool. I love that so much.
There you are, coward.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm definitely seeing the like horror inspiration you were talking about. That's awesome. What?
You are not gonna bring the shipwrecks from Ruthlessness back visually here.
Oh
you
yeah.
Are...
Yeah.
Oh, but
yeah.
I am.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
Oh,
that is
but
the
I am.
I have been very careful to avoid as much as possible. I have seen exactly one screenshot, so I actually knew that the wreckage was still going to be in the hair. I have not seen any moving. I have not seen any animation, any motion, but I've seen like one, maybe two screenshots just in like various discords or people like tagging and things like that. So I'm familiar with how the design, what carries over and what's different. And the whale eye too. Oh my gosh, that's
I
so
swear to
good.
God, Epic's gonna make me develop a fear for horses at this fucking point.
This
That
is
terrifying.
everyone's thalassophobia. Just like
Literally.
Oh yeah.
awful. Yeah, wait till I do Scylla.
No, I'm actually very excited for that.
I've been waiting for this moment, for the
Oh, interesting.
time to strike.
Oh, he's
So
fucking little.
close and you've reached your coast.
The
That's when I
build up
pass
is
the line.
wild.
I've got a reputation. I've got a name to uphold, so I can't go letting
Wait, what?
What?
Was that my headset? Did you add a sound?
Yes, I did.
Oh my
I've
God.
added a couple. So I added some for when it jumps out of the water, it lands, and then throughout this whole part, I've added whale sounds for that kind of eerie, kind of empty.
Interesting.
So you get that kind of big, like bigger than life, larger than
Yeah.
life problem that's about to arrive, and getting this full lead up for our big bad.
I like that a lot.
That's so. I actually have a question. So, first of all, your Conan 13. Do you write those or do you just illustrate those?
So my partner actually is the writer for it, so I do
Right.
get kind of like, he does the really nice scripts for me to be able to read, but we are pretty hand in hand in how those go, and then
Right.
I do all of the designs. So
Yeah, because it's a follow-up question because obviously, especially with the Vengeance Saga, there was like because of how we do canon animatic, or we do how Jorge does the canon animatics now,
Yeah.
there is generally an understanding of how these events partake or how these events like kind of play out. And obviously, as you've said here, that you've gone the more horror build up and stuff like that, kind of almost changing the narrative, but still keeping the same musical here. So does your experience co-writing / writing the Conan 13 stuff, does that kind of help you? Like how is it as a creative writer coming into a piece that is essentially already written, but then like kind of rewriting it?
I end up doing that a lot in a lot of the animatics, because the biggest part is I'm trying to focus on the overall story. And as great as a single animatic can look, and how you can tell exactly what the characters are doing based on what is being said and what has already been kind of agreed upon, sometimes it doesn't help build to the overall story. I would really like to do the entirety of a fan animatic of Epic as a whole. So I'm trying to focus more on the general film. But since everything has already been kind of set out, I am kind of, fighting the tide. So trying to find ways to be able to make sure it's new, connects with the characters and gives them an overall better kind of arc than kind of what I can just go like, oh, here. Like,
Yeah.
he can just show up and he can be really pretty. I want to make sure that each of these are able to, when they're clicked together, really, really hurt, essentially. So,
Good.
especially for Poseidon, Ruthlessness and this, and Get in the Water are his two big songs.
Yeah, they are parts of the same
and they kind
story.
of go, yeah, they all go, and we don't see him a lot throughout it. So these are our moments to tell the most story about him, with him just kind of saying his set lines. So I'm using a lot of the visuals to be able to tell the additional parts of the story and a part of his life without going like, and here's the document on why this is sad. Like,
Yeah.
so
No,
it's
I like that a
tricky.
lot. That's really cool.
Your coast. That's when our paths collide.
Oh my god, I didn't even recognize that the first time.
Oh yeah, it's horrifying. They turn into people.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Like for
really
him.
cool.
Paths collide. I've got a reputation.
Oh, that's a cool transition.
That is a really cool transition, yeah. Yeah, that's really sick. I like that a lot.
I've got a name to
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.
world forgets I'm cold. Now get in the water.
Oh, there he is.
Oh no, poor Odysseus. Oh man, what a shame. Poor guy. This is insane. This is wild. This, like, the hooves hitting is incredible. This is like, this is so good.
Go letting you
Oh my gosh.
the world forgets I'm cold. Now get in the water. Get in the water.
The way he's just there.
Or I'll raise the tide so high. All of Ithaca will die.
Oh my
Oh!
god.
And then it rains on him, you awful
Genius.
person.
Holy shit, Leanne.
The way
Wow,
for
wow,
something
wow.
to, like, melt onto the main character is wild work. That's horrifying in the best way possible.
I'll jump in and I'll say that the horse to the hand transformation is kind of meant to show, here I go with my little symbolisms. It's meant to show that he can just have grabbed him or have thrown him in the water. It has to be a conscious choice of Odysseus. And the last time we saw him consciously get in the water was jumping in to get the wind bag.
Right.
Yep.
So he knows that he can do this, and he has to make this choice because you've seen these walls of water, you've seen this big display of power, and it's I can just wipe you off this rock
I could
right
do
now.
this, but you need to do it yourself. Yeah, that's sick.
Yes. So it's a power thing. It's look at all that I can do. Look at all of this, and now you have to make this choice.
Oh, that's
It gets
incredible.
worse.
Dude.
It
Oh my
gets so much
God.
worse.
And I love the hair flowing is
Or I'll raise
beautiful.
the tide so high. All of Ithaca will die.
Ugh.
Get in the water.
Oh, with the hand raise to jump in. When he does the hand raise, when he does this, that's the same. It's similar to Zeus's from God Games. So it's showing that they have similar mannerisms as brothers.
Right.
I like that.
Because he
so
does this to the lightning.
clever.
That's
That's
cool.
so clever. Oh
That's
my
cool.
god.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I should even say this because I know it's just going to start an argument in the comments section about which one I should do, but I am guiding a couple new reactors, including one pretty big one, through. Dude, I have changed the God Games 500 times. Like, every other one, even some of the, like, ones where there's a lot of good choices, I'm like, man, it's a tough choice, but this is the one. God Games, I'm struggling so much with what to give new reactors. There's so many good ones, but that's not what we're talking about today. Let's keep it going. But yeah, there's so many good ones, and just every time I hear someone say, like, that was why you were like I was already like thinking about like going one direction, and you're like, but now there's consistency between my Zeus and my Poseidon. I'm like, then that means I should give Neal's God Game, because then there's thematic consistency. It's a struggle, man. Oh.
All of Ithaca will die. Get in the water. Wait. Get in the water.
This, oh my goodness.
Wait.
Holy fucking shit.
The
bro.
way-
That's crazy.
And is this an inch? Because I feel like, not to say that I've watched Your Ruthlessness enough times to remember the design, but his hair is definitely longer in this one. Is that intentionally to signify like time passed and aging?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
so you'll
I like
see,
that.
especially when we get kind of closer to him, he looks haggard. His beard isn't as kempt, so it's kind of coming up a little bit more. He hasn't combed through his hair. His braids are undone. He has been kind of obsessing over Odysseus for years.
That's awesome.
And this is kind of meant to show that he's had this weird obsession kind of with him, and it's this like, I need to get this guy. I am so upset, and this is my everything. And he's kind of forgotten his place as a god and has kind of been obsessing over a mortal that he could just let it go. He could move on. There's so many other things you can do with 10 years of time.
Absolutely.
But this has been his everything. And he's been dragging around these boats as like, this is his own personal baggage. About missing the one boat. So this isn't just a show of like, look what I have. It's his own personal, like, I will not let this go until I am done. So yeah, he's not a happy camper right now.
That's really creative.
So clever.
Yeah,
Oh my
I like that a
God,
lot.
dude.
Like the fact that it's the
Wow.
baggage, that's really cool.
Get in the water. Stop this, please. I'll make tidal waves.
Whoa!
Both your wife and your son will drown. No! Get in the water!
Whoa!
Get in the water!
Whoa! Whoa! Huh?
Get in the water!
What?
Be
I'm
careful,
gonna be.
Mortius.
I'm gonna be. Well, exactly. No, yeah, I'm gonna be completely transparent. Everything leading up to this point, I have been intentionally playing into the meme. That's hot. Everything else in this video so far, I have been like, yes, I still love the design. I was very much so playing into the meme. That shot has me feeling things. Whoo!
Bro.
Oh God, what did I do? I pressed the wrong button and I broke it.
That's my bisexual energy coming through. I really go all out on these.
Is his weapon, because I saw there were more, is it going to be the trident split in 3, or is it just like, oh, it is? Okay, because it could be a harpoon, but
Yeah, that's sick.
that's cool. He's mask fishing.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Dun,
Wow.
dun, 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 dun,
That's so cool. And so like the
just having a party.
shawl over his mouth, like what is that? I have to imagine there's some intentional symbolism there.
You'll see it come up
Okay,
again
okay.
later.
We'll
so
save it.
yeah.
And then
I also assume it was like executioner, like masked.
this is going to be hard for us to talk about freely because we're going to have to be very careful to avoid specific spoilers because of how excited I am to share this specific property with Casper. So Casper, try to shunt this part of the conversation out of your head. How much were these visuals Prince of Egypt inspired, or is it just coincidence how similar the water movement looks?
That is like there's one shot, so the big right after the boat like gets destroyed, that one is a Prince of Egypt shot because I adore Prince of Egypt.
How could you not? It's the best animated movie ever made.
Right, but it's a lot of my effect. So I was trained as a 2D effects animator with my mentor was a 2D animator for Disney, and he did a bunch of effects. So my love of effects came from him. So all the stuff I do that I've done, like animatics and like epic ones specifically, it was to get back into doing animations and doing effects. And I'm a board artist. I've done industry work as a board artist. But I didn't know if I could still do it, and I was getting really self-conscious. So I had done that's Thunderbringer. My mentor had pulled me aside specifically and taught me lightning. And then I remember doing. Yeah, so they're all like these like very like big bad guy songs, and it's like, oh boy, I get to draw water. Like, a lot of these I really like effects work, and I think it really helps a lot of the scenes. So a lot of these are also just I will find a lot of references, and then I will just grab everything I love from them and just try and distill it into each shot. So there is one like specifically Prince of Egypt shot because there was no better shot than that one with the rock. I just went like that one's just so perfect.
Yeah, no, that
the
was
weight
phenomenal.
of the water, everything.
Cool.
But yeah, a lot of these are just I really love water and it's really cool.
No, that makes sense.
Crazy lore.
Yeah,
Holy
this is incredible.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not gonna. No. Maybe later. Oh!
Don't mistake my threats for bluff. You have lived more than enough. Get in the water. Get in the water. I'll take your son and gouge his eyes. That is on.
Oh no, 3 water Poseidons coming at you at once. What a nightmare.
No.
This is so, like, the way he, like, builds up. And now, and this shot creating a trident! Stop that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the
Fire.
way that that's structured, the way a trident would be, that's so creative, as if each of these are a separate prong of the... This is a
Prong.
freaking masterpiece.
Prong. That's the word. Thank you. Holy shit. Prong. Thank you. God, sorry, go on.
Oh, you're so fine. This is... Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
This is the first time I think it's the first Get in the Water animatic. We did a bunch for Vengeance, so it's the first one I haven't that actually, and we only saw like the first part, but so far you're the first one I've seen that doesn't actually visualize the Polyphemus line, like with the eye and stuff.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a
I've
good
got
point.
stuff planned. I've got stuff planned.
That is unless you
Ooh.
choose to die. Get in the water. Aren't you tired, Poseidon? It's been 10 years. How long will this go?
Ooh, I like the little bit. A lot of people make this one a lot more like pleading and yearning, but I like how yours has like a little bit more of a furrowed brow. Just like how long will that, like, bro, get over it. Like, how long will this go? Like, come on, man. Like, that's awesome. I like that a lot.
The thing that's also coming like with this that kind of the problem that kind of came up with this, every animatic has its own problem. It's just problem solving, especially when the song exists. We have to make sure that 600 strike makes sense.
Yes.
So Odysseus is mad. He is frustrated. He was right there and got dragged back into the ocean for this guy to do all of this to torment and enjoy with him even more. Yeah, to monologue at me. But he is kind of taking that stance and yelling up to this big god. He is taking the stance of like, get over it. Yeah. Stop. Like
we
this is
gotta
ridiculous.
put this behind us, dude.
Yeah, so it's you'll see in kind of in how Poseidon reacts kind of going forward. This is meant to make that kind of power struggle also make more sense because it's not Odysseus once again begging. He's done with begging. We're starting to see the turn into I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I'm becoming a monster.
Wow, that's cool. I like that a lot.
You see, I think, and that was probably also like because it's been so long since the Ruthlessness animatic. I saw that his necklace is an eye. Was that right? So I assume, was that also in Ruthlessness? Because I think my...
Yeah, so
okay,
that's
cool.
That is from his son. So it's the imagery of like having his like kid clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to get like a full body shot so we can see. What
I'm sure you'd love that, wouldn't you, Mortius?
Casper, so that we can see what you're. I'm just pressing play.
You'd love some kind of B shot.
It's been 10 years. How long will this go? We're both hurting from losses.
Oh, and now,
Not leave this here and just go home.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh,
I can't.
Wow. Wow. And the way it's cracked to like symbolize. Oh my god, like.
That's so sweet.
And you'll see that the water effigies, they kind of move out of his way.
I noticed that.
So
I was going to mention that.
those are his choice. Yeah, so it's part of Poseidon is listening.
Yeah.
Something deep down in him is listening and going, oh, I could go home.
Yeah.
Like, I should go home.
We could let this go.
Yeah.
God.
This next part, I'm excited.
Oh
I have
my
something
God.
for this next part. There's a specific shot. I'll jump in.
Okay.
Have fun.
Let's.
Have fun.
I'm fine. I'm normal. I'm pressing play.
Can't.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll jump in for that one.
Okay.
Let's get the frame there.
Okay. So, a lot of what I did for a lot of the gods, and a lot of the relationships that kind of come up outside of just Odysseus and Penelope, it's a lot of fathers and a lot of families. So my biggest push was to understand that it is about a father trying to get home to his family.
Yeah.
And this is two fathers talking to each other. This is two very sad fathers who have lost a lot, who are mad at each other, having a fight.
Yeah.
And it's this idea that Poseidon, you see how long his hair is, and that there are only boats on his side. It's because he still has his baggage. Odysseus has been through enough. He's like, I cannot keep blaming myself. I just want to go home. That's all I want. And you see that it's more open and more clear. He's ready to go. And Poseidon's holding on to it. But I really like focusing on fatherly and familial bonds, and how much breaking or hurting something, all of the ripples that can affect everybody. So you see it with Zeus and Athena. You see it in Odysseus and Telemachus, kind of as those exist. So you have all of that kind of showing up.
Neal, this is a masterpiece.
That is I am speechless.
That's
Holy
incredible.
That is insane. That's crazy.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Oh.
Maybe you could learn to forgive. No.
Oh!
Ruthlessness is.
Huh?
Ruthlessness is.
Wow. What a transition. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Mercy upon ourselves. Die!
Oh.
I can jump in.
I was just about to say, I'm like, it's been a while since something has rendered Casper and I simultaneously speechless, but wow. And then the quick shot here, oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, please.
This is God mode Poseidon.
Yeah.
So in how I've kind of structured the power scaling, the version of the god themselves is much smaller within these. So if you to reference to god games, there's that smaller Zeus within the big cloud Zeus, and we see that that's what Athena pushed past. So that transformation was him getting his big bad. So he's his water mech, because I can never stop doing it. But Odysseus essentially went, maybe just learn to forgive.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be sorry. Maybe this was a you thing. And that it really was the last straw.
And took away the last little bit of his human version.
He was listening. The part that was listening, the fathers that were talking to each other. And it was you hurt my kid, I'm threatening to hurt yours and take everything away. It's also the fact, early on, the designs for Poseidon are meant, him as his human form, or humanish kind of god form. He is inspired by metalhead dads. So he is meant to look like a metalhead.
That's awesome.
And with Steven's voice, to me, it was perfect.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I just didn't want to interrupt you. What's the, gold? Are those butterflies? What's in his hair here? What's the golden?
It's the wreath.
So the laurels will go from being around their heads to going up for their god mode forms. So it's a more active kind of space. So Zeus has it in his. All of my gods are meant to have a god mode form. This is a big form that they fight. Yeah. Titans and everything in. But it's stuff that they don't really do, and it wears them out. It's not something they do every day. So they stick in that more humanly form and can get kind of bigger, smaller. They will always be kind of bigger than humans just to keep that scale. But in their more human form, when they just kind of walk around, That's the most like power saving kind of mode. They don't have to use it. There's not really any reason to use it on your day to day. So this is him.
No, I like just
going all out over one guy.
Oh
wow,
God.
that's just wow.
The fucking mask.
Oh. 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 That's an incredible shot. That's an incredible shot. Yeah, ew. Yuck. That was my thoughts too. Ew. That's icky yucky. That's exactly how I was also feeling about this situation, Casper. Wow.
Oh.
And goes down with him? Carries through the strike, like the strike goes down. Oh, that's awesome.
That's fucking sick.
And then the transition of it, the way like it's the trident bubbles into him.
That kind of looked like a horse for a second. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe.
You see that? Wait. Mortius, look. Look at the horse. Oh, if you keep going, you see there's like a little eye just for a second there.
Oh, okay.
And then it turns into.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude.
Masterpiece.
That's
my favorite horsey girl. He has pinned him to the bottom of the ocean.
You can't phrase it like that.
Yes, I can. Let them go run. Let them go nuts. Oh my gosh! If you see what they're already telling me on my Twitter and everything, they've been very vocal about these last few minutes.
Oh no! I just remembered the part coming up.
Oh, hold on. That like. The smile there as his eyes close. Oh, that's awful. That's so intense. Jeez. Oh, that's awesome.
How are you gonna do our boy? That is the question, Leanne. How are you gonna do this?
Oh, we're just thinking it here. Okay.
Are you? Because okay. I have two questions. Number one is most valid now. So for 600 strike, because that looks like this could potentially that you will eventually probably do a 600 strike on, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Because I have, and obviously we're not trying to shade or shame anyone, but in the community there was a massive divide about how storytelling-wise that Jorge with the whole jetpack thing and storytelling-wise power dynamics and power levels didn't really make sense. And animators like you and Duvetbox and whatnot kind of took it upon yourselves to kind of make story-wise take like your own spin at it as you've had done here. And I don't know if you've probably seen Duvetbox's 600 strike as well. Haven't you? Yeah. And she, dude, she's great. And she also made it like make a little bit more sense power level wise and stuff like that, right? So knowing this, that when you're eventually going to do 600 strike with that, I assume you're also going to be wanting to change around some of this stuff. And I don't, because I assume that we're going to bring you on for that again eventually when you finish that one.
Say that, actually. I was like, don't ask too many questions.
Not going to ask it, but I'm going to ask like, are you feeling any like pressure, intimidation, or anything like that, like tackling something, knowing that Epic fans are very diehard when it comes to specific like does it scare you in that sense, like having to tackle something like that?
Yes, and my time in the Epic community has been weird. It's been very weird. I kind of came on the scene out of nowhere with Thunderbringer,
you really did,
and I thought that was going to be it. Originally, my first song was supposed to be Open Arms.
Really?
So I have all of the, I did all of this like concept work, turnarounds, keyframe illustrations. I did all of that. And the day that I had started cleanup for the Animatic, the Thunder Saga had dropped. And I sat there with my partner and he's like, maybe you want to listen to this one? This one just came out. Like, maybe there's something in here you'll like. And I went, no, there's nothing in this thing that could possibly make me change my mind. And at midnight, the Thunderbringer dropped, and I went, "Oh my god!" So within 30 minutes of the final moments of the Thunder Saga, I had the Zeus design. You were already
drawing it up. Wow.
Oh my
well, the Zeus design was finished. He was perfect.
That's incredible.
But I had done this. I did it in 6 days. I was happy. I was like, cool. And then I'm gonna run off, and then no one's like, "That's my thing. Goodbye."
That's my contribution to this community.
Yeah, and then I saw Ruthlessness. I was like, water effects, ooh. But with my first animatic, I was being called a one-hit wonder. With my second animatic, people were not really happy with my Ruthlessness. They didn't like the Poseidon design. They really didn't like what I was bringing, and they were very vocal to me about
controversial,
it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yes. It was very. I was getting a lot of while there was a lot of very sweet love. It was I was getting compared to a lot of people, and I was brand new to the fandom. I have no idea who we were talking about. I was just I'm just having fun making animatics with everyone else.
Chippy.
And this is just something fun I do. It's my work, but it's a challenge for me. It gets me to get more confident, and I was getting back into animating. Wait till I actually animate. These are my storyboards. Wait till I animate. I got a pilot plan for starting this year, so
hell yeah,
we'll get going.
So
but it's
that's awesome.
But it's Ruthlessness. It was kind of lackluster, and it was a lot of just not what I was expecting. I didn't expect oh my god, you're amazing, you're the best.
Of course,
but I just the constant comparison was kind of the death of joy.
Yes,
and I was
I can imagine. Yeah.
And that scared me for God Games. I was terrified. It was all new designs. My patron sat there with me and listening to me going, "They're gonna hate it. They're gonna hate it. I'm gonna be lucky. I'm gonna be so lucky if they like just the Zeus parts." And I kept sitting there. I was like, "That's all I can bank on. That they'll like the Zeus parts, and that's it." I don't know. I'm adding a mech. I'm adding in this, and she's, "Oh no, this is gonna be." And I was getting DMs of just hurry up. It's not worth the wait. Just drop it already.
God,
I'd been holding it.
Terrible.
So I had God Games, and I dropped the video, and then I went, I gotta go sleep. I don't know if I can watch this happen.
Hey, if you ever DM literally any creative about what they should do with their work, you're not a good person engaging with the community. You're not engaging with a community correctly. If you ever DM an artist telling them what they should do, you have engaged with a community incorrectly, and you should evaluate yourself.
So essentially, after the Vengeance Saga had dropped, the next day I was starting to get these edits of my Poseidon, and I was starting to get these is he kinda? And I was like, what's the joke? Haha, very funny. What's the joke? So overnight, people decided they liked my Poseidon all of a sudden, and it was this outpouring of just oh my god, he's powerful, he's big, he's got this and the arm. I'm like, oh cool, I'm glad we like him. I'm not in trouble if I do get in the water. I'm okay. So it was a bunch of people going can you, and as kindly as possible saying can you fix it? What are you gonna do? Can you flub it around a little bit? I was I can see what I can do.
And my question actually sort of related to all that before we hop into an outro, because we might unfortunately need to wrap it up. But
sorry.
No, you're so fun. We want to hear all the things. I'm just also being conscious of video length as much as I can. So obviously you omitted the final part of this song. Are you planning on then including that in your 600 strike?
Yes. So my plan is that it gives me more time to get that emotional reaction of the death, his death scene. And it means that I get a little bit more time to make sure that the fight is good. So that I can kind of spend all of it instead of doing a setup about how he gets out of this and the whole transition into it. So I'm able to, the moment we start hearing the beginning of 600 Strike, I can already have stuff going, and I give myself a little more time. It's also the little promise to everyone that I will do it.
I like that.
But it's what I can do. We'll see. I need a little bit of a break between it. A lot of water effects can kind of put a dent in my thumb. So I have a bunch of other stuff planned to do. I plan on doing it. Don't tell anybody. I'm gonna do just a man. Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Ooh. Don't tell anyone planning on probably one of our highly viewed videos.
Yeah, tell nobody. Yeah, secret. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a couple other ones just to kind of beef out what I have, and just give myself a little bit of a breather before the next like big effect showcase coming up. And like Hermes, I would like to do Hermes one too. So big effect showcases.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on here. I'm sure this will not be the last time we have you, but this was a phenomenal, exceptional animatic. I enjoyed this tremendously. So thank you very much for sharing it with us and bringing your art to the community. And just in case you need a reminder, you are so incredibly valued. Even though I see some of that dumb negativity in like the circles I'm not a part of, any community that I am a part of has nothing but good things to say, so I cannot wait to see more of what you bring in. Thank you for your contributions to this community, and thank you for watching the video. As always, greet the world with open arms. Wait, we have a third person on camera. Open arms.
How the f do we do this? Oh, there.
Mason's gonna have to figure it out. And we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.